is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I saw that this movie was on Netflix, so I decided to sit down and watch for the first time The Butler. Lee Daniels' The Butler. This is a 2013 film that was, of course, directed by Lee Daniels. He had to put his name before the movie so that there was no confusion, that you would know it's his goddamn movie. It's based on the true story of, we follow Forrest Whitaker, who plays Cecil. You see his upbringing of how he was raised as a slave. His parents, some messed up things happened to them. He found his way off of that and ended up just becoming a butler, a professional butler, being trained, going through the ranks, and one day he just got hired to work for the big house, the White House. And we're following not only his career as a butler in the White House through the various decades and terms of different presidents over the course of this time period, but you're also following how much of a toll that took in his personal life, between his wife and his kids. What I thought of Lee Daniels' The Butler was, this is a sad movie, I guess. I am getting to the point where I'm trying to watch as many black movies as I can during the month of February, and I saw this movie and I thought, man, I am so sick of seeing, I guess you call it black struggle movies, I don't know, but it's not because it's bad, it's not because the movie's bad, it's not because it's directed bad or acted bad or anything of that sort. It's my own fault of going through so many of these films, and they all consist of either slave or black people being treated like shit, which, you sort of look outside, even in today's time, and it's not a whole lot's changed, sadly. But still, it's depressing. You're put into a mood where you're angry and you hate certain white actors, right? Like at the beginning of this, when you see Cecil as a kid and you see Alex Pettyfer, who I've seen in a few things and I liked him just fine, but seeing him as a slave owner and he's openly raping this kid's mother, played by Mariah Carey, which is very random because she doesn't even have a speaking voice. She just has like these two scenes really, and you see that, man, this has been going on for years. The father, when he does end up going to say something, gets shot in the face in front of the son. So that's how you get started. That's right off the bat. And you see Cecil grow up, eventually played by Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker is a good actor. There's not really much more I can say about that. He does the role and the performance that he needs to do in order to pull this off. Some of the other actors, you see his wife, Gloria, played by Oprah Winfrey. Of course, Oprah is one of those people that she's so famous, just not just her name, but her face. It's like you know who that woman is. That it's kind of jarring, at least for me, to sort of see her act and become a different character, or I'm supposed to look at her as a different character. I did eventually go along with it, though, especially when you see how resentful she becomes of Cecil and his job, and how he dedicates so much of his time and life with the White House, and she becomes lonely and jealous and whatnot. David Oyelowo plays Lewis. He plays Forrest Whitaker's son. It's funny because David Oyelowo plays the son even as far back as when he was a teenager. So at the beginning, when you see him interacting with Forrest Whitaker, David Oyelowo, I just know that his age, he wasn't that young, so it was kind of jarring to see him play the son of Forrest Whitaker when I don't know, it took me a while to go along with him being that age. But performance-wise, he was good. You see how he has a very different ideology of how to deal with this racism going on, especially through the 60s. He becomes a part of a lot of movements as far as fighting back and standing up for what you believe in. He holds out almost like sit outs at diners and places that normally he shouldn't be served at. And you see that creates a rift between them because Forrest Whitaker is just trying to make it. He's just trying to survive. He's not trying to cause any problems. He's not trying to get people to look at him the wrong way. He just wants to make a living, and it seems like so far he's doing pretty well for himself. The different actors that they got to play the presidents in this movie, it was almost like a who's who of people that you would recognize. Robin Williams immediately caught me off guard. I was like, holy crap, he's in this movie. He's playing President Eisenhower. Alan Rickman plays Ronald Reagan. John Cusack, he probably was the goofiest one just because of the nose prosthetic, and you can tell he was going for the voice. He's playing Nixon. James Marsden plays President Kennedy. Liev Schreiber plays Lyndon B. Johnson. And it almost, I mean, the movie's definitely very straightforward and very serious in tone, but it almost became a, holy crap, it's so-and-so. Every new president that came into the scene and did what they did. Cuba Gooding Jr., of course, being his silly, goofy self, like only he knows how. Terrence Howard, of course, he's the a-hole guy who's going around sleeping with people's wives because they're lonely and just scheming, drinking and treating his wife like crap. And it's the role that Terrence Howard, I guess, plays so well. And Lenny Kravitz, I just want to mention Lenny Kravitz because as soon as I saw him, I said, holy crap, it's Lenny Kravitz. I know he's done some other movies, but he's just playing a guy. It's, that is what it is. So overall, yes, this movie deals with the usual issues as far as racism, as far as historical history of things that have happened to black people. I guess you could argue that you've seen it before, but at the same time, I am okay that I've seen this movie. I'm glad that I've seen it. I don't know if I'm going to be quick to watch a lot of these type of films again, but now I have seen The Butler. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of The Butler? Did you like it more than I did? It's over 2 hours long, so if you have Netflix, you can make that commitment. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!